Everyone, how's it going? What is up? It's me, Twister Windstalker, bringing you another video. And today we're going to be talking about me finally getting around to signing up for physical therapy. Yay! Something I needed to do a long time ago and shouldn't have been so stubborn. And went to my doctor right after it happened. And instead of saying it was first aid, actually an emergency and going to the doctor, which, as I said before, I just basically, think to myself, it ain't that bad, I don't need a doctor. But I gotta stop being so stubborn, because this month and a half, or how long it's been, has been awful. I hurt my Achilles tendon, and having to actually go to work and try to do work things with an Achilles tendon injury. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Of course, I have to admit, this place that I'm going to get my physical therapy, whenever they get the facts back from the doctor saying how many visits I need, because they had a big fat goose egg, and they're like, this got to at least say one, so we're going to have to go fax the doctor's office. And I'm like, and the other funny thing is that they had my name in the system, because it's the same place that I go to for my doctor, and they had my name in the system backwards, and it's like, and I mean, my name, is interchangeable, so, I mean, my entire name, you can use any part of it for a first name, so it's like, so, that was interesting, and they had really nice equipment in there. I was actually surprised. I was thinking that, this physical therapy place was going to be run down just because it's part of the same facility that my doctor runs in. I mean, my doctor's office is nice and everything, but I wasn't thinking it was going to be as good of a place as it is, because it's like, okay, I mean, how nice of equipment can they have, and they have some really nice equipment, and so yeah, I'm actually, in a way, looking forward to doing physical therapy. In another way, I'm actually not looking forward to doing physical therapy. But I know I have to do it, because after I got out of work, before I went to do the physical therapy, sign up for physical therapy, I soaked my leg in Epsom salt and hot water. Of course, the hot water probably did a lot more for me than the Epsom salt did. And my Achilles tendon, believe it or not, it's actually feeling as good as it does after the wife puts her heating pad on it and makes it, all nice and warm, because she's got one of those really good heating pads that are like deep muscle heating pads. I mean, this thing goes in and it's just like, oh yeah. And so yeah, I'm actually being able to sit here, and I'm actually able to I'm not even using good English. Actually, well, whoops. I'm able to bend the Achilles tendon more so. It hurts a little bit trying to stand on my tiptoes, which I needed to do at work today, and, well, with an injured Achilles tendon, it didn't work so good. I guess it gotten kind of weak over the healing process. But now it doesn't, hurt as bad as it did when I was at work. So that's, in my book, I was so excited. And then after I get done with that, the old lady, I called the old lady to tell her what I, found out. And she asked if we can stop by Subway. And I'm like, yeah, why not? I don't feel like cooking anyway. So we stopped by Subway. She gets the steak and cheese, which is the closest thing Subway has to to the Philly cheese that they used to have, which was the Bombay. And I got a meatball marinara with Chipotle. Of course, you got to have her mayonnaise on it, and it's like, ugh. So, I mean, and I got a couple cookies and a bottle of water, and it was still under $20, which is cheaper than I have ever gotten anything at, any other fast food place. Because even with the old lady, well, except for when she actually gets off the dollar menu, I think that's one of the exceptions to the rule. Or we eat Bojangles. I can usually get under $20 there. We do, you know, the breakfast stuff, you know, the biscuits, but it's rare because I usually get a large meal because the medium and small doesn't fill me up, and I actually, you know, cut back on the soda, so I usually get a water now. Because I'm down to 3 Pepsis a day, which usually I take one when I get up. Then if I go to my parents' house, I have one around 8 o'clock, and then the last one right before bed. Or not right before bed, but for dinner. And then give myself a couple hours to get the caffeine out of my system. And since I've been drinking water all day in at least 64 ounces, I really don't have a Pepsi craving much anymore. I mean, there's a few times where, you know, it's like, whoa, I want one. But then it's like, you already had 3, you can't have no more, and you're supposed to be getting down to 2. And it's like, but then I'm like, and then I get me water and I'm good. And I don't feel as dehydrated as I did when I just drank exclusively Pepsi. I mean, I know soda dehydrates you, but, and I felt awful, you know, it's like, and since I've been drinking water, I don't feel as awful as I have been. So, that's a plus, and it makes me happy. I know I keep looking down at this because it's like, what in the world? And, so yeah, I've been feeling better. I need to get into exercising because my doctor got on me the last time I visited her and said, at your weight, it isn't good. And it's like, yeah, I know. I was 120 pounds in high school, and now I'm like double it. And yeah, I can tell. But the hard part for me is cutting out the snacks. I mean, the Pepsi is one thing, but the snacks, and shouldn't have got the cookies from Subway, but I've been doing really good with the snacks and not eating so much snacks. And if I do eat a snack, it's usually something healthy. It's just, you know, the mindset is what I got to get into, because it's difficult. Because, you know, I've always been able to eat, drink, whatever I want and not gain an ounce. And now it's like I eat, drink, and it's like I just am the way I am now. And changing's hard. And my cousin keeps annoying me because he keeps like, you're getting older and it's so hard to lose the weight, and keeps reminding me about the metabolism thing. And it's like, yeah, I know the metabolism thing. And he's like, you'll never get down to 160, 170 because you're too old. And he keeps telling me this, and it's like, I can get into shape. I mean, yeah, I might not never hit 160, 170, because I might decide, you know, to get under 200 and start building muscle and, you know, turn, you know, it all into muscle and become really, really healthy and everything. And he tells me it's too late, you're too old. And it's like, man, I don't need to hear this when I'm trying to be good to myself for the first time in my life. Because, I mean, I went to gyms and tried to work out, and since I didn't have a workout partner, I didn't really want to never really go to the gym, and I used the machines, and I made excuses of why I couldn't use the free weights. And I've decided now that, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get my foot right. I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to start eating better. And I'm going to make this happen. I mean, why not? I mean, I figure, hey, I might not never get down to my ideal weight, which, you know, is a goal of mine, long distance goal, to get down to 160, 170, put on some muscle. I don't want to look Rip or Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, having it where when I lift something, you know, heavy, it doesn't, you know, take everything I got to move it. I mean, I'm short, I know it, but, you know, I should be able to pick up stuff a lot better than I can, but I can't, so it's something I got to work with. But anyway, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave comments down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.